Hi, I'm Dennis from Plain Truth Ministry. Welcome to Friday in the Word. Today, I want to look at the idea of faith and works going hand in hand from the lens of the farmer and his faith and his works. I was reading the second letter of Paul to Timothy this week, and in chapter 2, as Paul is urging to Timothy to stay strong in the faith, he uses the farmer as an example. In chapter 2, verses 6 and 7, Paul writes, "The hard-working farmer must be first to partake of the crops. Consider what I say, and may the Lord give you understanding in all things." We also know that Jesus used the farmer, agriculture, as an example in many of the things that he taught. A large number of his parables were agriculture based because he was talking to an audience that lived primarily in an agrarian society. And so this was a way that he could use something that they knew to help them understand. When we look at the farmer and we look at growing a crop, the idea is that we'll prepare a field, we will plant a crop, we will watch that crop grow, that crop will begin to bear fruit, and we will have a harvest. But let's look at it from the beginning. Even before the farmer plants the seed into the ground, he prepares the field. He plows, he tills, he fertilizes, he waters, he creates rows. Then he plants the seed at the proper depth for that seed. The hope is that that seed, through the farmer's work, will provide the harvest at the end. The farmer is acting out of faith. He looks at his hand at a seed that looks nothing like the harvest he hopes for at the end. But in faith, coupled with the work that he's done to prepare, he puts that seed in the ground. From that point on, he is working solely by faith. He's not going to see that seed in the ground. He can't pull that seed up out of the ground every day and look at it to see how it's developing. That'll only kill it. But by faith and the hope of a harvest, he continues to care for this seed that he can't see. As time passes, he pulls weeds from the planting area. He waters, he tends the soil. And then one day, something pops up out of the soil. The seed's germinated, and now it's growing a plant. He continues his work through the process, continually caring for those plants, continuing to care for that soil, continuing to work the field as that plant continues to grow and grow and grow. And then blooms come on that plant in one form or another. And then finally, the farmer begins to see fruit growing on that plant. All of the work that he's done up to this point, he can now see some of the benefit of that work. And as it comes to harvest time, he can see the value of the work that he put in, coupled with the faith that he displayed by planting the seed in the first place to provide him a harvest. Faith, hope, and works, all hand in hand, working together from planting to harvest. The farmer. God bless. Have a great day.